chapter 24, verse 38. BibleGateway.com through the Holy Scriptures. And it reads, it says, Matthew 24 and 38. It says, but as in the days of Noah, but as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking and marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered the ark. Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem, Bakadash. Shalom to the elders of Great Millstone for preaching this word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely as well too. And I say shalom to you Akim out there. And we are living, the title of this lesson is, we are living in the modern days of Noah. And I'm going to read it again. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verses 38. And it reads through the Holy Scriptures from BibleGateway.com through the Holy Scriptures. And it reads, for as in the days that were before thee, as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking and marrying and giving into marriage until the day that Noah entered the ark. Right? Because we're living in the modern days of Noah, spiritually, in modern day times, because this is the virgin daughter of Babylon, and this is modern day Egypt as well too, and this is the modern day spiritual days of Noah, And this is the book of Luke, chapter 17, verse 26 to verse 28, and verse 6. It says, but as it in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the days of the Son of Man. Right, because like the scripture says, especially in modern day times, because you read that Joel 2:1, hey, Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, it's not in hand. Just like it says, Hamashiach Yahweh Shai shall come as a thief in the night, And I'm going to read it again. Verse 26, Luke chapter 17, verse 26, and it reads, it says, but as in the days of Noah, so also the days of the Son of Man be. So we're definitely living in the modern days of Noah spiritually, in modern day times. Verse 27, it says, they that eat and drink and pay marriage wives, they were given in marriage until the day that Noah entered the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all. Verse 28, it says, likewise, also as was in the days of Lot, they eat and drink, and they brought, and they sold, and they plant, they built. Right. So, that shows you a prime example. We're living in the modern days of Noah, And bring out some more scriptures. Oh, this is Romans chapter 13, verse 13, verse 14. It says, let us walk honestly as in the days, not rioting and drunkenness, and not be chambered and wantonness, not strive and envy. Verse 14, Romans 13 and 14. But put ye on Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof. It says, this is the book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 45, and it reads, it says, but as if thy servant say in thy heart, and my Lord the lay is coming, and it shall begin to beat the maidservants and maids, and to eat and drink, and to be drunken. So that shows you, prime example that we're definitely living in the modern days of Noah spiritually, So that's why, we are, constantly, consistently being on our watch, and we're measuring the time diligently in itself, So we cannot be spiritually drunken and riotous, in the modern days of Noah spiritually, So we got to put on, because we gotta, just like it says in 1 Peter 5:8, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the deceiver, should be as one like walking about seeking way to be made devour. So that shows you that we're living in the modern days of Noah. People were eating and drinking, marriage and giving into marriage, and living it up like it's their last, and not discerning the times that we are living in. But as us watchmen unto the house of Israel, like I mentioned again, we are discerning the times, and we are measuring the times as well too. I'm gonna bring that out as well too, since I mentioned it. So a lot of these nations, and our nation as well too, they're still drunken off the ways of Babylon, and we cannot be drunken off the ways of Babylon. And we got to discern and measure the times that we are living in, and that's being spiritually sober, mentally and spiritually, especially in the times that we're about to enter into. So just like I mentioned in the title of this lesson, we're living in the modern days of Noah. People were, like I mentioned again, people were eating and drinking and giving into marriage, And this is Matthew 16:3, and it reads to the Holy Scriptures. It says, and with the morning it will be foul weather to the day, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, can't you? It says, O you hypocrites, ye cannot discern the face of the sky, but can you not discern the signs of the times, right? So the men of the Lord, we are discerning the times and measuring the times diligently in itself as well too, because the people of this world, they are drunken off the ways of Babylon. They walking to and fro and not knowing what's going on, in our nation as well too. So the men of the Lord, we're measuring the time diligently in itself. So that shows you a prime example that we are definitely living in the modern days of Noah spiritually, in modern day times, Like I mentioned again, people were eating and drinking and giving into marriage, And what inspired me to, do this lesson, I was walking past, because I just got through with camp and stuff like that. I just got through teaching on the highways and byways, and when I was walking past and stuff like that, I seen this, I seen these married couples and stuff like that, and I walked past. I said, "That's the spirit." I was like, "Hey, we're living in the modern days of Noah." Even though we've been seeing that previously, and I've been seeing that previously, so that's nothing new. But that's what this got me to inspire to do a lesson, a walk and talk lesson. So that shows you that we are living in the modern days of Noah. People were eating and drinking and marriage and giving into marriage, So that shows you once again, that shows you a prime example, And I'm gonna read it again. Matter of fact, I'm gonna use reference scriptures to the Matthew 16:3. So I'm gonna use some reference scriptures, Salakia. And this is Matthew's. I'm gonna bring it out again for a third time. And this is from BibleGateway.com. So I was using some reference, some cross-reference scripture to bring out more scriptures, and for the edifying for this lesson. This is Matthew chapter 16, verse 3 from BibleGateway.com of the Holy Scriptures, and it reads.
The YouTube star.
It says, and in the morning, it says, Matthew 16:3, it says, and in the morning it shall be a foul weather to the day, for the sky is red and lower. O ye hypocrites, can It said, ye cannot discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the sign of the time? Right, so that's a prime example right there, you know. So the men of the Lord, you know, we are definitely discerning the times as much as possible to the best of our ability, you know. And it says, this is the book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 56. It said, ye hypocrites, ye cannot discern the face of the sky and of the earth, but how is that ye do not discern this time? Right, well, you not discern this time. So, yeah, that's all I want to bring out. You know, so this was just a aspiring lesson, walk and talk lesson that I want to do. That, hey, I seen these married couples when I was walking past. They had a bus and everything. You know, they was getting ready for a wedding and stuff like that. So that shows you once again, hey, that's the spirit right there. That shows you that we are definitely living in the modern day days of Noah from a spiritual sense. Now so more than ever, you know. So with that, hopefully this lesson was edifying. I would like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem, Akar Kadash. Shalom to the elders, a great millstone for Christian word, truth, and sincerity.